Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate all your support. Enjoy the video. Teacher Talking Sports here, and we are going to continue our series of MLB Mount Rushmores with the most storied franchise in MLB history, that being the New York Yankees. Doing these daily. I believe this is the 19th of 32 teams that I have done. The Yankees' history begins in 1901 when they were actually known as the Baltimore Orioles. That only lasted 2 seasons. From 1903 to 1912, they were the New York Highlanders, and from 1913 on, they've been the New York Yankees. So 108 years of Yankees baseball. Um, they have won 27 World Series titles, starting with their first in 1923, most recent 2009. So that's seen as a drought by Yankees fans. And they've won 40 AL pennants, so no team has really come reasonably close to surpassing those totals or catching them. I would say that this was actually one of the most easy Mount Rushmores I've done thus far. The four players that came to my mind when I knew I was doing the Yankees are the four I'm actually including. Sorry to two Yankees from the 2000s who would really be on nearly every other Mount Rushmore, but this one's really going to be hard for anyone to ever overtake any of these four guys. So let's get started. Players are listed in alphabetical order by last name. First, let's start with the Yankee Clipper Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. DiMaggio was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1955. His accolades include winning 3 MVPs, 13-time All-Star, 9-time World Series winner, 2-time batting title. Let's take a look at his numbers, which would be even better if he didn't spend 3 of his prime years in the military. So, despite that, in his 13 seasons, he batted .325 with a .977 OPS, 361 homers, 1,537 RBIs, 1,390 runs scored, and 2,214 hits. DiMaggio was a 3-time MVP, with those MVP seasons coming in 1939, 1941, and 1947. He may be most famous for his 56 game hitting streak in one of his MVP seasons of 1941. Got hits in 56 consecutive games. A couple of players have come somewhat close, but none have been able to surpass that hitting streak. Still the MLB record today. 2-time batting champ, led the league in RBIs twice, homers twice, triples once, runs once. Just an historic career. Not only did he win MVP 3 times, he finished second twice, third once, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Always seen as one of the best players of his day. And as I mentioned, won 9 World Series, made the All-Star game each year of his career. Joe DiMaggio, the first on my Mount Rushmore. Next, we got Lou Gehrig, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1939. Spent his whole career with the Yankees as well. His accolades include 2 MVPs, a Triple Crown, 7-time All-Star, 6-time World Series winner, and won a batting title. If we look at his career numbers, again, all with the Yankees, 17 seasons, hit .340 with a 1,080 OPS, 493 homers, 1,995 RBIs, 1,888 runs, 2,721 hits, 534 doubles, won MVP in 1927, and nearly a decade later in 1936, just black ink flooding his page. 1-time batting champ, led the league in homers 3 times, RBIs 5 times, doubles twice, hits once, runs 4 times, on base percentage 5 times, slugging twice, and OPS 3 times. And if we look at his numbers in the postseason, he really came to play when it came to the World Series. The Yankees won 6 of their 7 World Series appearances with him on the team, and in those he batted 361 with 10 homers in 34 games. Lou Gehrig also played in 2,130 consecutive games, which nobody thought would be broken, but eventually was by Cal Ripken Jr. Lou Gehrig is the second member of the Yankees Mount Rushmore. Next, we got the Mickey Mantle, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1974. Mickey Mantle's accolades include 3 MVPs, a Triple Crown, 20 All-Star appearances, 7 World Series wins, a Gold Glove, and a batting title. Spent the entirety of his career with the Yankees in his 18 seasons. He batted 298 with a 977 OPS, 536 homers, 1,509 RBIs, 1,676 runs scored, 2,415 hits, and had more walks than strikeouts. So, again, an historic career for Mantle. Won 3 MVPs, with those coming in 1956, 1957, and 1962. Won the Triple Crown in 1956 with his 353 average, 52 homers, 130 RBIs. One-time batting champ, led the league in homers 4 times, RBIs once, runs 4 times, on base percentage 3 times, slugging 4 times, OPS 6 times. Just an absolutely stellar career. Mantle had 8 straight seasons and 9 of 10 with at least 30 homers, starting from 1955. Had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 seasons with at least 100 walks. Had 9 straight seasons from 1953 to 1961 with over 100 runs scored. Had 4 seasons of at least 100 RBIs, and he hit for a lot of power in the postseason, as we could see in his 12 World Series appearances with the Yankees, winning 7 of them. He hit 18 homers in 65 games. Mickey Mantle, another obvious choice for the Yankees Mount Rushmore. And probably let's end with what probably is the most historic figure in Yankees history. So many nicknames that are still known today, nearly a century after he finished playing. The Babe, the Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1936, did start his career with Boston, but moved on to the Yankees, won 7 World Series. I believe 5 were with the Yankees, but I'll check that at the end. Actually started as a pitcher as well, but then moved on to maybe the most well-known power hitter of all time. If we look at his stats with the Yankees, in 15 seasons, he batted 349 with a 1,195 OPS, 659 homers, 1,978 RBIs, 1,959 runs, 2,518 hits, 1,852 walks, is the all-time record holder, as you could see, in slugging and OPS. Just an amazing career for Babe Ruth. Was named the MVP in 1923. As you could see, with the Yankees, he led the league in homers 10 times, RBIs 4 times, runs scored 7 times, on base percentage 9 times, and I could keep going. There's just so much black ink. I mean, look at some of his on base percentages with the Yankees. He actually had 5 seasons with the Yankees with an on base percentage over 500. Had 4 seasons with at least 50 homers. Another 7 seasons with at least 40 homers. So just absolutely incredible. Again, probably known as the most dangerous power hitter in baseball history, despite the fact his career ended so long ago. And he actually won, 4 of his 7 World Series wins came with the Yankees. So Babe Ruth, again, another obvious choice for my Mount Rushmore. So the Yankees Mount Rushmore in alphabetical order by last name. Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, and Babe Ruth. To me, it was somewhat obvious that these were the four, and that's in spite of the fact that the Yankees have many other players who would be on probably the majority of other Mount Rushmores. So again, no offense to them, especially guys like Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera. Derek Jeter is the Yankees' all-time hit leader. Mariano Rivera is the all-time saves leader in MLB history. So, not including those guys is hard, but again, these four are just so amazing. Other honorable mentions, of course, Yogi Berra, Bill Dickey, Alex Rodriguez, Whitey Ford, Andy Pettitte, Ron Guidry, Don Mattingly, Bernie Williams, and Thurman Munson. Again, I could probably name honorable mentions for the next 15 minutes when a team has won 27 World Series and 40 AL pennants. So let me know in the comments below if you would have someone else on your Yankees Mount Rushmore. Maybe you just think Derek Jeter was the heart of the team for so long that he deserves a spot, or Mariano Rivera, just with his filthy cutter, should be on here. I named the four best players in franchise history. I'm going, strictly based on their play on the field, not really with how iconic they were or anything like that. But of course, these four were absolutely iconic. But let me know if you would include someone else. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.